What's happening, guys? This is Bharat for iGyaan.in, and today we're going to be looking at the Nokia Lumia 800. This is Nokia's first Windows Phone 7.5 series device in India. It's been gathering a lot of attention in the market recently, and a lot of people have different opinions about this. Some people say it's a good purchase, and some people say it's not a good purchase. So this is going to be our review of the new Nokia Lumia 800. So buckle up and let's get into the full review. Starting off with the build quality, the Nokia Lumia 800 is extremely well built. It has this really nice matte finish back or a unibody shell. It does attract a lot of dust and oil, as you can possibly see, and it's really difficult to clean as well. It does not attract any fingerprints thanks to its dull finish, but it attracts a lot of oil and grime, and you really have to keep wiping it off. And the device overall is a unibody shell, so there are no loose parts, there are no doors or covers, so automatically there is no rattling or shaking from the device. Seems really well built. The buttons on the top, on the side of the device here, and the camera button is extremely tactile. The volume rockers not so much, but the power lock and unlock button is good. On the top over here, we really do not like this door design that they've put on the top here for charging, and not too impressed with it. It's really fiddly and seems like it can break easily. We also don't like the fact that they've used a micro SIM card slot and again a push out style micro SIM card slot. We also like the design of the tray, but we don't like the fact that there is a micro SIM card in there. Especially from Nokia, because when Apple did it, people didn't like it at all, and when Nokia, a consumer brand, does it, then it's definitely not going to be liked. We also have good 3.5mm port, which accepts all headphones since it's completely flush with the device. It's flat, so you can put in all sorts of headphones and earphones. Sound quality is good from the device. We're not too happy about the speakerphone or the camera, and we'll talk about those when we get to the respective sections. So without any further ado, let's quickly go ahead and talk about the user interface. Before we actually get into the user interface, we'll talk about the screen a little bit. We have here a Nokia clear black display. This is a 3.7-inch Super AMOLED display, and it is a clear black display. This is definitely a little deeper when we compare it to the Samsung Omnia W. The colors on the screen are definitely deeper than that in this. If you can see here, both of them are on equal brightness, and you'll see that the blue here in the Lumia is a little bit deeper, and I don't know if you can see that on camera, but compared to the black levels on the Lumia, the black levels are a little bit duller in terms of they look a little bit grey on the Omnia when you compare it to the Lumia. Not when you look at it otherwise, but when you compare it to the Lumia. So definitely there is an improvement in the screen. There is also a really nice and tough Gorilla Glass top on the screen, so it is scratch resistant, impact resistant, and sort of break proof. Break resistant actually, it's not break proof. So this is the Windows Phone 7.5 or Mango interface. One of the smoothest operating systems in the market today. The first question that people ask us about Windows Phone devices is that if they can run unsigned code, or if they can program on it with C++, and the answer to that is no. You can of course develop applications, but you can't run unsigned code on Windows Phone devices. Not unless you find a way to jailbreak them, but you can't run any sort of script or any sort of Windows scripts on this directly. So that answers those questions. One more thing is that you have this really nice status bar or pull down network bar on the top. It gives you your network information, connectivity, along with battery life. This changes when you change the volume. So you get this ring and vibrate option over here, and you also get your volume meter on the left. So that's good. Talking about the main home screen, this is the main home screen of the device. You can see we have live tiles on this main home screen. They update as per updates from their respective services. So this is a people tile, and we are currently connected to it on Facebook. So we're getting live updates from Facebook on this tile, what's new with the Facebook. So all those things keep getting updated automatically. These live tiles are extremely customizable. You can move them around as well. Very easy to do. Again, the interface is really smooth. So you can lay out these tiles in your own order, move them, delete them from the page, whatever you like to do. To add a new tile, you can simply go into something that you would like to add to the main screen. Most of these things are already there, so let's see if VCare is there. And we can pin that to start, and it automatically shows up in the start menu or the home page or whatever you like to call it. Everything that has an update will automatically show on the live tile. So for example, Marketplace has an update that shows up in the live tile as well. Our pictures keep moving. The calendar has an update as well, so that shows up. So all these things, really unique interface. It keeps giving you automatic updates. So all these tiles are essentially like widgets. So this is the Me tile. It gives you updates about yourself, so you can post notifications, what's new about you, all these things from the Me notification bar or the Me tile, and that's really cool. So the other aspect of Windows Phone 7.5 on the Nokia device or Nokia Lumia is that the fact that Nokia has added some custom applications to make the Nokia experience a little bit better. So the first thing that you have is Nokia Drive, essentially turn-by-turn navigation for India, which works pretty well. We tested this out and it works really well in India, so it's definitely a plus point. This is possibly the best GPS app which is directly available the minute you buy a device for free on a device. Nokia maps are actually pretty good. They were pretty good on Symbian devices as well, so no denying that. And you also have Nokia Maps to replace standard Bing Maps, which are not that great. So you can go to Nokia Maps, you can download maps for your respective regions. The best thing is that you can actually download limited apps for Delhi, Bombay. Depending on the region you travel the most, you can download apps for that region. There are a bunch of other applications that Nokia does give. One thing, for example, is the contact transfer app that allows you to transfer contacts from your other devices using Bluetooth. And that's a pretty cool feature. Windows Phone did not have that feature until Nokia added it. Apart from that, you do have Nokia Mail, which is your OB mail if you're on a Nokia Mail account. So you can add your Nokia Mail as well. And you also have a Nokia VCare application that allows you to connect with Nokia and allows you to give them feedback and all of that. So that's the basic list of applications that you have from Nokia. But apart from that, the Windows Phone interface is pretty good. You get a ton of applications nowadays in the marketplace. So you have this really nice interface that we've talked about earlier. So you have really nice and large fonts, and scroll left to right to get the latest updates or the latest applications. Really nice interface from Windows or Microsoft. You can actually go into apps from Nokia, so you have a bunch of applications that Nokia gives. We've downloaded most of them, so you don't really need to look at that. Then you have the standard applications folder. You can look at applications by the latest applications, top applications. You also have featured applications, and then you can look via category, and you have tons and tons of categories. You can simply go on an app that you like. Let's see. Let's go into games and all games, and whatever application you like. I'm just going to quickly download a free game because I don't want to waste too much time. There's something called Save the Fish. You just simply tap on install, and it's going to just quickly come into your main screen and start installing. So your downloads will show in the downloads folder, and once the game is downloaded, it'll load up in the games which are over here, and all your games show up in this panel, and you can look at them. Again, you'll see that you have the same interface throughout the operating system, which looks really good and really nice. Windows Phone Mango also adds multitasking, so you can hold down the back button and it will give you a list of all your currently running applications, which is pretty cool. You can also go into an app directly from here and go into that aspect of it. You can press the back button again, and then you will be given the remaining list of your running applications. To quit an application, you need to press the back button several number of times, and once you do that, all your applications will exit. Pretty good. You also have speech to text, and you can do a bunch of things like call a phone number, call a specific phone number from a contact list. You can open the calendar, you can send text messages and all those things. It's a pretty good interface, and we also installed the new application, which is a Siri type of application on the Lumia, on the Omnia. It's called Ask Ziggy. So we'll be reviewing this application in the Omnia W review, so stay tuned for that. So that's basically the applications and a look at them. The other thing that we're going to look at is the browser real quick. So we're going to get into Internet Explorer. Now what this is essentially it's a very fast browser, but this does not support Flash at all. So we're going to quickly load up iGyaaan's website, and as you can see, the website loads up really nice and smooth. The browser does not load a lot of scripts and does not load Flash at all. So as you can see, our advertisements don't show up properly, and it does not load Flash content at all. If you switch into the regular website, you will see that portrait landscape shift is really smooth and animated. It looks really nice while transitioning from portrait to landscape. Windows Phone also has possibly the fastest pinch to zoom in and zoom out in all of mobile phone world. So you can see how smooth it is, really smooth, and instantly the text becomes crisp. Panning is also really smooth on the browser. One of the best internet browsers available in the market. The only downside is that it does not play any sort of Flash content. Is a letdown for some people, but it is possibly the fastest browser, and it loads up all sorts of content without any issue, and it is really quick at doing that as well. So without wasting any more time, we're going to quickly play back a video from YouTube, and we just uploaded the Kenwood espresso machine. So let's watch that video in high definition.
So what's happening, guys? It's for iGyaan.in in one of our new videos, unique videos.
So what's happening over here is that you can see that the speakerphone, even at full volume, is not that loud, and let's talk about that right now. The speakerphone is being placed at the bottom right next to the microphone, so if you're on a call and you put the phone on loudspeaker, it's really difficult for the other person to hear you, or for you to say something, and when they're saying something back, because it kind of conflicts, because when the speakerphone is running, the software possibly mutes the microphone or something or the other to make this combination work. Not really a very good idea. The other thing is that the device can actually stand straight like this on your table, which is really cool. But if you're listening to music, you would like to place your device down like this, and it kind of completely mutes the audio. And even if your phone is ringing and you place the device like this, you will really not hear the ringtone unless your phone's vibrating, and then it'll actually fall off the table. The other thing that we dislike about the Lumia is the fact that the camera is a big disappointment. Although it's an 8 megapixel camera and it does do HD video, at a price of 29,900 rupees, we expected at least full HD video, whereas this bad boy only does 720p video, which is a big disappointment. And the other thing that it does is VGA video, which nobody really wants to see. We do have a bunch of effects over here. The camera app is the standard Windows camera app. Nothing special done by Nokia over here. The image taking capabilities are still decent. It does take a quick image and it puts it on the side, and we did show you guys a bunch of images earlier as well. So in terms of images, it's okay. In terms of video, we're not too impressed, and we'll put a video sample on our YouTube page as well, so you can have a look at that. You can actually share your pictures online immediately. So if you go into the camera roll, if you go into a particular picture, you have some settings that you can pull from the bottom. So you don't really have a menu button. So essentially these three dots are your menu. So wherever they show up in the interface, they're actually your menus. You can actually pull this up and do a bunch of things with your current application. And in our case, it's the image gallery. So we can share on Facebook. We can use it as a wallpaper, and we can auto fix it for color correction and all of that. Doesn't really make a difference, but you can then play around with it a little bit. When you say set it as a wallpaper, it actually replaces the lock screen wallpaper. In your lock screen, you do get your date and time information on the bottom, along with some updates from your calendar, and your Facebook updates also show up on the lock screen. I'm going to quickly do a comparison with the Omnia And as you can see here, the screen size is essentially the same on both the devices. I did mention earlier that the screen is a little bit more deep when it comes to colors on the Lumia, definitely a little bit better. This device does have a pentile display, so some people dislike that fact. But overall the screen is exactly the same. Both have a Super AMOLED display, so the screen is a decent screen, even on the Omnia. In terms of build quality, the Lumia is definitely a little bit better built and is a little bit thicker and a little bit heavier from the Omnia. The Omnia does offer this removable back cover, which will allow you to access your battery, and a full-size SIM card slot. On the Lumia, that's not an option, and you have a micro SD card slot. You can't access your battery, which is something different from Nokia. People usually like the fact that you can change your batteries, but in the Lumia, if your battery goes, then your phone goes to the service center for an expensive battery replacement. The phone size is definitely a little bit smaller on the Omnia. In terms of height also, it's definitely a bit smaller, and in terms of thickness also, the device, the Omnia, seems a little bit thinner, but they may actually be the same. The feel of the Lumia is definitely better in the hand. It feels really good. In terms of operation, both the devices are actually the same. No difference in terms of operation. The Omnia has a 1.4 gigahertz processor, whereas the Lumia has a 1 gigahertz processor, and no big difference. Actually, the Omnia is a little bit smoother when it comes to performance, and overall the interface is good in both the devices, and we didn't really notice any big difference. In fact, we feel that the camera on the Samsung is a little bit better than the camera on the Nokia device. The Samsung also has a front-facing camera, which is a pretty decent camera, which we don't see in the Nokia whatsoever. So one good thing about it is that you can actually make video calls over Tango. Tango for Samsung is an app which is included in the Omnia for free to make video calls over Tango networks, and that unfortunately is not available in the Nokia. So the only good thing working for the Lumia is the fact that it's extremely well built and it has a slightly better display, but not something I personally would spend 12,000 rupees extra on. So that's a call that you guys really need to take. You do of course have a bunch of customized applications like Nokia Drive, Nokia Maps, and we care, but we don't care. So hopefully the game's been downloaded, and I'm gonna go into games over here and jump into Angry Birds, and let's see how Angry Birds looks on the Lumia 800. So as you can see, gaming is also pretty good on this device. I would actually like to show you a better demo. So I'm just going to make a different video with a bunch of games installed on this. I'm just going to quickly make a gaming video and upload it next. And we're also going to upload a video sample for the Nokia Lumia 800. In the conclusion, I would like to say that it's an extremely good attempt from Nokia, the first attempt. And we usually stay away from first attempts. And in our personal opinion, we should say that this is a great device from Nokia, possibly one of their better devices in the past couple of years, especially because of the operating system. Their build quality is impressive. The screen, the display, the overall look and feel of the device is really good. The interface is smooth and very useful, but the openness of Nokia is gone, and the fact that they did not allow a battery which was replaceable, the fact that they did not allow a normal size SIM card slot was a big disappointment, and the fact that it's really expensive at a price of 30,000 rupees. We definitely say that you should look in for an alternative, and if you're actually looking to spend 30,000 rupees, we should say that you should actually look into an Android device or possibly an iPhone at that price bracket. Windows Phone is an exceptionally great operating system, and we think that it has an excellent future, but if you want to buy a Windows Phone device, you should start off with something a little bit cheaper. possibly the Samsung Omnia or the HTC Radar at a price of 29,000 rupees. We don't think this is possibly the best purchase. We're also going to be reviewing the Nokia 710 soon, so stay tuned for that review. For more unboxing videos, reviews and tutorials, log on to iGyaan.in. If you have any questions or queries regarding this product or any other videos, you can log on to our forums at iGyaanforum.com. You can also catch us on Facebook, Twitter and on Google+. The links to those are at the end of this video or in the description below. For iGyaan.in, this has been Bharat Nagpal. Before I leave guys, I would like for you to rate this video and give it a thumbs up if you think that it helped you out. One more thing that we like to add is that if you don't like any of our phones or if you don't like any of the phones in our videos, don't give the video a thumbs down, because that means that you don't like our videos. So if you like our videos but dislike the phone, leave a comment and say that you dislike the phone, but give us a thumbs up because that helps us go a long way. For iGyaan.in, this has been Bharat Nagpal. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, which is possibly going to be the Omnia W. Take care guys. Bye.